appreciate your coming today. It's been a long few days here. We started 2 days ago with our opening session of the official business forum at this Global Peace Convention. This will be our final session, and it's on entrepreneurship. We had some very interesting meetings recently with the United Nations and the Secretary General's Special Envoy of Youth, explained that with the current population growth, and especially the growth of young people, that's the youngest population ever in the history of the earth, and that's why he appointed a special envoy. He also explained that in the next 15 years, there must be created 450 million new jobs. Those jobs, that's a big challenge. And governments don't create jobs. Actually, entrepreneurs create jobs. So we have a lot of work to do in the next 15 years. We need to work together. We can work globally. And really grateful and that you could attend and sign up for this global initiative to help us create 450 million new jobs. So give yourselves a hand for agreeing to help with that. Okay, I'm going to introduce our moderator now. We're really grateful that he could be with us. He has been moderating other sessions, not just a businessman. He's a crossover person, as many have been that spoke in our sessions. Dr. Chandra Sataiwan is from the Republic of Indonesia. He's the lead commissioner on mergers and acquisitions on the Republic of Indonesia's Commission for the Supervision of Business Competition. That's the Antitrust Commission of Indonesia. He was previously rector of the Institute of Business and Informatics Indonesia, as well as the commissioner of the Indonesian National Commission on Human Rights. He's currently the president or rector of President University in Jakarta. And he just recently spent a few years in Malaysia getting a second PhD, this one in Islamic finance. So this is the first time in the history of our Global Peace Business Forum to have an interfaith banker with us today. So that's pretty powerful. And most importantly, Dr. Chandra is the chairman of the Global Peace Foundation Indonesia. So please welcome our moderator for today, Dr. Chandra Sataiwan.
Thank you, Dan. Good afternoon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished panelists, you are so lucky to choose these sessions because this topic is very important. So it is a great honor for me to moderate these sessions with a very distinguished panelists. If we are talking about entrepreneurs, because we think it is very important since the government, I believe, you with me agree that the government itself cannot solve all the problem. It's insufficient for government to solve the problem. So our best hope for the future of humanity lies in the power and effectiveness of socially motivated, like the people in front of you. Highly empowered individuals who fight for changes in the way we live, things, and behave. Talking about the sustainable development, at least we involve at the level of individuals, communities, and future generations. Hope the speakers will cover these levels. I mean, level individuals, communities, and future generations. I will introduce the first speaker, Dr. Hwang Sun Phuc. Hwang Sun Phuc has an intensive background working for many high-profile organizations in the fields of accounting, finance, marketing, and business management and entrepreneurship. The important things that he received the Ministry of Education's Fundamental Research Grant Scheme in 2011 for his research about entrepreneurs. So he is the scholar in entrepreneurs. I think I will give the time for him to speak, but not more than 15 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Chandra. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Mr. John Dixon for having me here to talk on this topic. And of course, I would also like to thank Mr. Victor Lee, your business counsel, for having me here today. And most importantly, Mr. James Poon, the person who brought me to this organization, and I learned a lot here. But before that, I would like to also extend my sincere gratitude to Sabrina Loh. Please give her a round of applause. Because without her, I won't be speaking here today. She has been quite active in our activities, and I have only 15 minutes to talk, but I have got 72 slides here. So those of you who are interested to know more about, I got hundreds of slides in my laptop because I happen to teach 12 subjects in entrepreneurship. From marketing, from branding, franchising, direct marketing, everything about business I'm teaching because I have 2 qualifications. I'm an accountant as well as a marketing person. So, and I end up as entrepreneurship.
But you can continue.
Yeah, okay.
Vicky,
It's okay, it's all right. Maybe James should sing a song.
not really.
Now, maybe I'll just introduce my background. I came from a family of business, but it's very peculiar. All my cousins, we are all business people. We are all from Hainan. Hainans are very popular in the kopitiam. All my cousins all run kopitiam. My auntie and uncle run kopitiam, but none of the cousins took the business. So there's a lot of things to learn from here. And I'm going to touch a few essential things that I thought would be helpful for you. I will start with the essence of entrepreneurship. I'm not going to deal with the sustainable development and poverty because I don't have enough time to deal with that. But I will go into the essence of entrepreneurship, the types of entrepreneurship and impact on economic development that we need to know. We also need to understand the barrier of youth entrepreneurship because this is one area of research done by the International Labour Organization. I think the whole world should know what's the problem with youth entrepreneurship. And also I would like to also, the way forward, yeah, it's back, good. The way forward, I have got 5 areas that I want to go through with you, and I hoped you will give a good understanding of these 5 areas. This is maybe the first time you have listened to this talk on sustainable development and poverty reduction, because this 5 area has got impact on what we are talking today. Of course, I wouldn't have the pressure of time. I have only 15 minutes. Take away the technical problem, probably have less. But those of you who are interested in my slide, please come and see me. I have many other slides. Okay. Okay, what is entrepreneurship? Now, can you hear me from behind?
Yeah. You need the mic. Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, hello?
Okay, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Let me check. Okay.
Even before the Great Depression, 1934, Peter Champel already have defined entrepreneurs as characteristically innovates, introduce new technology, increase efficiency, productivity, and generate new product or services. So many years ago, 1934, people already are very clear what to do with entrepreneurs. But yet, after so many years, we are still talking a lot about sustainable development. We are still talking a lot about poverty reduction.
More style.
Okay? And you notice here, 50 50 years later, this person, Stephen and Mossy, they look at entrepreneurship is the process of creating value by bringing together a unique combination of resources to exploit an opportunity. Really, if you look at these two definitions, entrepreneurs are supposed to be special people. People who are, to me, sent by God to be here in this world. Please give the entrepreneurs a big clap here.
Great definition.
So, what are the common terms then in entrepreneurship that we are talking about? The thing that we always talk about, entrepreneurs must be somebody who started and creating a new venture. Yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is about innovating, putting together new combination of resources, put everything together. Entrepreneurs is about pursuing opportunity. Yes, we are pursuing opportunities. About acquiring new resources, always, any resources to make product and services. It's about risk-taking. Yes, entrepreneurs need to take risks. And profit-seeking. Yes, entrepreneurs cannot survive if there's no profit. But most important, entrepreneurs create value. So today, we have to understand, maybe this definition has to go even further. The people in the Global Peace Foundation must add a few more things here. Maybe creating social value, creating peace, you can add on. Now, if you add on these extra elements, it gives a higher value to entrepreneurs. It is the people that must decide what you want the entrepreneurs to do. Because business and society is together. All right? So having understand this term, then we have to make ourselves very clear. What is entrepreneurs and what is business owners? Are there difference or not? Definitely there's a difference. Because small business owner, they manage their business by expecting stable sales, profit and growth, that's all. Businessmen who are doing good business, selling vegetables, selling newspapers, all these are businessmen. They are doing a decent living by making sure that they have sales, they have profit and growth. Whereas entrepreneurs are different, because entrepreneurs, they focus their efforts on innovation, profitability, and sustainable growth. So you notice, from these two definitions, you would notice that entrepreneurs somehow got created. These are people, to me, they are special people because they are the ones who do so much for this universe. So this comes to the point we need to clearly understand what is entrepreneurship. People use this word simply, entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship. But really, what is it that we are interested in today's forum? According to Global Entrepreneur Monitor, this is the biggest organization in the world monitoring all the entrepreneurs' activities. There are two types of different types of entrepreneurship which affect economic development. The first type is called the necessity entrepreneurship. What is this? This entrepreneurship is becoming an entrepreneur because you have no better option. Maybe you're out of job. Maybe you have no other option. You can't find a job. There's no job, nothing. You got to do something to survive. That you call the necessity. Necessary to survive. Whereas you have the opportunities, entrepreneurship, this is the one that we are looking at now. Active choice to start a new enterprise based on the perception that an unexploited or underexploited business opportunity exists. These are the people who look for new land, new water, new space, exploit them, and create a business opportunity out of this. So really, we are talking about this group of people who has got impact on social economic development of a country. My research, my work is now focused on this kind of entrepreneurship, social economic development of nations all over the world. So what is the impact of economic development? The data collected, analyzed, this GEMS researcher, they did a research on 11 countries. What they discovered? They discovered there's no economic development in necessity entrepreneurship. They do not contribute much to the social economic development. Whereas the entrepreneurship the entrepreneurship show a positive and significant effect on economic development. So what does this tell us? This tells us that it is important for developing country to take appropriate action designed to stimulate the growth of new business by opportunity for economic development. So this is the area of work that we all have to focus on. These are the people. These are the type of entrepreneurship that we are talking. Okay? So, now having said that, we have to look at the youth entrepreneurship because, you know, the youth must take over the world. So if you do not handle this problem, you notice that entrepreneurship is jammed. That is why we have so much problem in this world, because the youth entrepreneurship are not being given a chance to move on. So let's just look at 5 important areas. I'll go quickly in the interest of time. Lack of enterprise culture. People do not want to form companies. Risky, complacency, too much problem. Lack of entrepreneurship educations. The school, the universities are not giving the right education. Lack of absence of conducive environment in fostering the creation of young entrepreneurs. There's no environment. And lack of access to affordable financing. You know, some countries, when I just came back from Zambia, I had a good discussion with the people of Zambia to do social development of Zambia. We are discussing the interest rate in some countries is just killing. You just cannot move. All right? And a lack of business development and support, no incubation, no mentors, no coaches. How are we going to move? So basically, this I'll not deal with too long, but I just have to highlight this to you, okay? Now, so what's the way forward? I have identified 5 areas that we need to look at. I'm moving very fast. Sorry, I don't have time to explain to you, but you can ask questions later on, okay? First of all, you need to understand the entrepreneurship life cycle and what are the dominant characteristics. You really need to know the life cycle of entrepreneurship before you ask them to do social development and poverty reduction. If you don't handle this problem, you will not understand, okay? Then you need to understand social entrepreneurship, a new term to many of you, and also empowering corporate entrepreneurship. This is a very important thing that has been neglected. And also empowering the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And if I have time, I'll share with you a case study, ACE Entrepreneur Community, that handles the problem that I discussed with you just now. So let's look at the life cycle of entrepreneurs. You need to understand this before they can contribute to the world. Because in my research, in my, this is the model that I created after looking at life cycle and many stages. Some got 5 stages, 7 stages. I decided that there are 3 stages that we need to monitor. The first stage is the entrepreneur orientation, intention. How do you make the person have got intention to do business? The first problem, because many youth, they are not interested in business. Anyway, my research, I have an instrument. That is why, Mr. John Dixon, I have a way to teach, to train, to teach entrepreneurs. You never believe it. This is the first time somebody said this. And I've said this to one of the richest men in the country, Tan Sri Lee, he's our supporter. I say, I'm a volleyball coach, international volleyball coach. I have a certificate to teach volleyball. I can teach, I have taught children who don't know what is volleyball, and then they play for the country. They represent the country. Now, using the same analogy, if I can teach somebody to play volleyball and represent a country, I should be able to teach somebody to become a young person to be entrepreneurs. Right? Right. Yeah, this is the first time we share. Thank you very much. And I have an instrument. I've come up with an instrument. This is a joint venture with the government. An instrument that can look at you, look at the status of your entrepreneurship and see where you are. Just like going to the hospital, do a checkup, and then I give you the medicine. Wow. That's what I'm doing. I like to share with the people in the GVF, as John Dixon, you can take this. Now, let's come back to this. If you look at life cycle, you need to handle this first. And if the youth of Nigeria, the youth of Africa, and the youth of Asia are not interested in this, that's gone. There's no sustainable development, there's no power. We just stop there. It's a pity, you know. It cannot be that. We got to move on. So you move on and make sure they execute what they intend, become a businessman, start a business. You start a business. Out of 100 business, those who are doing business will tell you 80 of them will fail. Maybe 90 of them will fail. Fail. The 10 people must move on. The 10 people will move on here. Business growth and sustainability. This is the topic of today. To stay in business growth, sustainability, there's a lot of characteristics. One of the important characteristics is look after the society. If you have in the business that can look after society, you are there. All right? You will be there. Companies like Kodak, 134 years old, you know those who take pictures, has gone into chapter 11. Nokia is now been sold to Microsoft. Motorola, the guy who was contracted by NASA to communicate people from the moon and the earth, who brought telecommunication today, is not heard of. Nobody here. There must be some reason, and this is where we are talking about. If you, entrepreneurs, can settle this problem, if you can settle sustainable development and poverty reduction, you are in the game. You are in the EPL like in the football. Okay? So this is what we need to understand. So I went on to talk about some characteristics that you have. Those who have intention to be orientation, you must have got achievement motivation. You must have tolerance to risk and ambiguity. There are some culture, there are some society in this world who just cannot bear to take risks. That's all. And there are also society who cannot, everything must be perfect. You can't go into business if everything is perfect. You must have a tolerance of ambiguity. And the internal locus of control, you must believe that you must do something to get something. It's not just pray and then wait for things to fall from the sky. These are the people, you must handle this stage one. Having stage one is not good enough. You must have all the characteristics, social skill, planning skill, all these skills to make sure you execute your business. There are a lot of people can talk, I'm going to go business, I plan this, but they never get moving because they don't have these characteristics. I'm not going to deal with this, we are short of time. And then the leadership skill, in order to be able to move forward, you need a leadership skill, you must have willingness to share, you must generosity. This is how entrepreneurship survives. Okay, so if you understand this, then you will know entrepreneurs at the end of the day have to do something to society, have to do something in the world. They will survive. God is fair. Okay, the second one is about social entrepreneurship. I will not have time. I don't have time really. I just talk about social entrepreneurship. Why is it so important? It's actually creating value to solve social problems. Okay, and we have got. They are the agent of change. They are the people who adopt mission to create and sustain social value. They are the people who actually, in short, they are the one who innovate and create social value. Okay, and then this is a slide that I would like to share with you. The social entrepreneurship in practice, real practice. You have got Vision Spring who give eye tests and glasses to poor people in 20 countries. They are Living Goods who give food and efficient good stuff to the people in Uganda as an income for micro-franchising. You have got Rider Hikes who give logistics for 11 to 12 million rural Africans. They send food, they send medicine, they send tests. You have got Bangladesh, one mobile education where he have solar power floating school to give school, mobile school when there's a flood. So children cannot go to the school. He bring the boat to the school and the students study in the mobile education. You got proximity design, solar lighting system for farmers in Myanmar. You got IDEF, investment, creating funds. These are fund managers, bring funds to the Peruvian to cultivate tara, a kind of medical value, and also water for people in Africa, Latin. What I'm trying to show you is these are people, these are entrepreneurs that create social value by practicing social enterprise. Okay, please, social enterprise is not charity. They are making money from the rich or the able to support the less privileged people. That's about social entrepreneurship. Okay, I have no time. I have no time to talk about corporate entrepreneurship, the importance of corporate entrepreneurship, corporate venturing, and then the importance of ecosystem. The fourth one, and finally, components of ecosystem, and also there's an entrepreneur community which unfortunately I have no chance to show you. I use this community as a tool In this world, this is the only slide you can see in this world that an institution is doing something to promote entrepreneurs. If you have time, maybe later on I'll come back to these slides. Thank you very much.
It is inspiring and yes, wonderful presentation. Give a big applause one time. Yes. So, Mr. Huang or Dr. Huang already said to us the entrepreneur can be taught, not only is born only. And here in this room, actually, we already have the proof, the importance of sustainability. Dr. Manilal Chandaria in this room, still in this room? Yes. He already approved as the Comcraft group already in the 4th generations. That is, to make it sustainability of the companies is very important. So we will hear today the next generations, the junior of the Dr. Chandaria is Neil Chandaria, the second speaker. Mr. Neil Chandaria is the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Kenya in Singapore since year 2011. He graduated with a degree in economics from Stanford University, one of the best university in the world. He graduated as a part of the management team of Comcraft. He has been involved in developing the group's activities in Asia for over 20 years, based in Singapore. Yeah. He was earlier involved in the group of business in Africa and Europe. We know the Comcraft group has global businesses in manufacturing and technology. Please welcome Neil Chandra, our second speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to listen to us, and it's certainly my pleasure to explain to you a little bit more about entrepreneurship. Mr. Wang has already explained, I think, a great deal about entrepreneurship, and I'm sure he can take us through many more hours of further explanations, and we will all be very much interested in what he has to say. What I would like to say is, I think, much shorter. We have already had, and we can have a lot more analysis, but really to explain a little bit about what causes and what creates an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs basically have 3 very key, very important traits. And I think anybody can be an entrepreneur, whether it's in politics, whether it's in social enterprise, in NGOs, in the private sector. What are these traits that entrepreneurs generally have? One is a huge amount of passion. They believe in what they do, and they are going all out to achieve what they can achieve. And this is, I think, one of the most important criteria for an entrepreneur. If you have passion, if you believe in something, you can make it happen. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. Second major trait in entrepreneurship is persistence. Things take time. It can't happen overnight. But if you have the passion, you will spend the time, spend the years to make it happen. And that's what entrepreneurs do. They take years and years, convince people around them, make people around them believe in what they have to say, in what they have to offer, and others will then follow. Persistence, very, very key. Third area, which is, I think, what is entrepreneurship is what most famous for, is innovation. Entrepreneurs look at things in different ways. They do things not in the usual way it's been done for all these years. They try to find newer, better, more innovative, different ways of doing things. The same old problems, but different ways of looking at them. And it's this combination that makes an entrepreneur achieve what he wants to do. It's the passion, the persistence, and the innovation. Anybody can be an entrepreneur, any one of you, in any field. NGOs, social entrepreneurs. They have changed lives of millions of people. And it does not have to be in business. It does not have to be in commercial profit-making activity. Entrepreneurs can be in each and every sector. Anybody and all of you can be an entrepreneur. But you need the passion, you need the belief, and you need to be willing to do it. And that's what I think creates entrepreneurship. I think, when we talk about entrepreneurship, we need to look at what are the options and what are the objectives of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs basically, their role in life when they come in and try to create their own activities is to convince you, everyone, all of you, that this is the new way of looking at things, this is what needs to be done. And they then make sure it happens, however long it takes, however difficult it is. Now, we can talk about NGOs, we can talk about governments, we can talk about faith organizations. We are from the private sector. So in the private sector, we like to take action. We like to do things and do them quickly. Yes, you can study things, you can keep on reviewing it, but finally it's action that makes things happen. And that's what entrepreneurship, I think, really helps to put focus on. And the private sector allows you to really build that entrepreneurship in this way. So whether there is shortages of infrastructure, political problems, social problems, any kinds of issues, an entrepreneur's job is to find solutions. He finds ways to overcome these problems. And whatever it takes, whatever time it takes, whatever effort it takes, he makes it happen and achieves what he needs to do. So I think entrepreneurship is a very special type of skill. It's a skill which requires a lot of effort and a lot of passion, again, but it's something that can be achieved. And it's something which makes difference to large communities all over the world. If you talk about development, sustainable development, development is created by entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs chart the path, they make the new way, and others follow. And that's the new generation, the young people, that's what they're doing, and that's what they will do tomorrow. They will create the new tomorrow for all of us. And these are the entrepreneurs we have to support. These are the entrepreneurs we have to assist, because they're the people who are going to create the world for us tomorrow. And the entrepreneurship for tomorrow is different from today. It has to be sustainable, of course. Entrepreneurship requires that you cannot lose money. You have to create profit, you have to create surpluses. You may use it for social purposes, you may plow it back to help the people, but it has to be sustainable. But more important sustainability is about environmental sustainability. We have a fixed amount of resources, and we need to ensure that we are not only sustainable from the ability of the organization to keep on providing service to the community, but more importantly that we are also environmentally sustainable, and that we are able to ensure that we are providing the environment and looking after the environment for the future of our generations. So I think it is important, and I think it is very critical that environment sustainability is also very much part of this equation. And the last area, I think, is just to talk about beyond the environment sustainability is the poverty reduction. Poverty reduction is all about only three things: jobs, jobs, and more jobs. We have to create employment, and that's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs go out there, whatever the problems are. There's social strife, there's political problems. Whatever the issues are, they go out and they build organizations. They create jobs, they create value. And that's what matters for people who want to build businesses, build entrepreneurs. So I think the key issue here is, in order to alleviate poverty, we need to have jobs, jobs, more jobs. and jobs in a sustainable manner, jobs that ensure that they are long-term and that there's enough value being created so that people can earn a decent living, and jobs that basically help to ensure that environment is looked after and the social needs of the poor are looked after. So in summary, and I think Mr. Wang has given us a long explanation, so I'll not take more time with this, is that all of us can make a difference, all of us can make a change. And it's up to all of us, internally, inside us, so what is it that we can do in order to help people around us. And in order to do that, it is possible that all of us can be entrepreneurs, all of us can create jobs, all of us can create organizations and make new innovation and changes to the way we do things today. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Give big applause against to Nero Chandra. So remember that the word patience, persistence, okay? Inefficiencies. So 3 words only, easily to remember. Patience, persistence, and inefficiencies. Be difference, okay? That's the message that they give to us. And we believe that entrepreneurs not only monopolized by men. Yeah, that's why today we have our speakers from Mongolia. I will introduce our next speakers. Tengel Jamsran from Mongolia. She is involved in supervising and organizing the inspections and operational safety of foreign and domestic trade and services, serving on the management board of the Mongolian Business and Women's Associations, and is responsible for rendering assistance to female heads of household and orphan children. She founded the funding facility for the women and children. She is presently the executive director of Sargint IS in Mongolia. The time is yours. Thank you.
Эрхэмсэг ноёд хатагтаа та бүхэнд энэ өдрийн мэндийг хүргэе. Намайг Цингэл гэдэг. Би өнөөдөр энэ инх тайван найрамдлын форумд оролцож байгаадаа маш их баяртай байна.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Цингэл. I'm very glad to participate in global forum, peace forum.
Манай компани бол газар тариалан мал аж ахуй фермер, оёдлын үйлдвэр, худалдаа үйлдвэр үйлчлэгээ эрхэлдэг ийм компани байгаа. Би энэ Монголын бизнес эрхлэгч эмэгтэйчүүдийн холбооны тэргүүлэгч нэг гишүүнээр ажилладаг юм аа. Миний би энэ төслийг одоо удирдах ажиллаж байгаа эмэгтэйчүүд хүүхэд залуучуудтай ажиллаж байх нь ариун нэг туршлагатай юм. Ингээ та бүхэнд одоо төслөө танилцуулъя.
Yes, so thank you very much for giving the opportunity to speak today. And our company works in agriculture, livestock, farming, and light industry, trade and service sectors. And also I work as a businesswoman association in Mongolia, and also I have a rich experience in working with women and children and youth. And so now we're going to introduce our project. So introduction of the Diamond Project. So the goal of the project is to establish the meeting point of youth and children around the world. And the philosophy behind is to support generation of future leaders by creating atmosphere which enables them to experience other cultures, learn from each other, understand the importance of diversity and equality, respect the differences, learn about environmental sustainability and partnership for development. And center will have capacity to host international conferences, seminars and meetings, besides being in the environmental friendly place to enjoy the natural beauty, pristine countryside and wildlife biodiversity. So background of the project. So Mongolia is a country of children. Leading state policy is focused on the empowerment and education and health for the young citizens of Mongolia. So we will skip a couple of slides. Yeah. And the project is located. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Project will be located in a beautiful landscape, 71 kilometers away from capital city, near one of the major tourist attractions. And you can see the map. And currently only one international children's center is operating in Mongolia for 40 years. And so there is a big market exists for the similar development projects. And the project plans to operate all year round and provide services and facilities for customers, including accommodations, sporting facilities, swimming pool, cultural hall, restaurants, gear camp is Mongolian traditional housing, and farm. The farm will supply organic food which is planted on its own, and also activities will include camping and hiking trips, horseback riding, nomadic family visit, cultural exchange programs, global village, food festivals, sporting competitions, and so on and so forth. And this project is the biggest private investment for the future of children and youth on its own. And and the project ties well with the state policy to support children's development and inclusion. And another important factor which legitimizes the project is the achievement of MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, because of its nature, which promotes the gender equality, ensures environmental sustainability, and steps forward toward global partnership and for development. And project was initiated in 2006 and implementation started in 2012. So, thank you very much. So, please.
Энэ төслийг хэрэгцээр олон улсын хүүхд залуучуудын эв найрамдал, энх тайван, сайн сайхан үйлсийн ач тусыг хүүхд насаас ойлгож, тун утгагүй хүүхд залуучууд маань энх тайван найрамдлаад хуран чуулна гэдэгт би итгэлтэй байна.
So I believe that very soon future global peace forum for children and youth will be organized in Diamond International Center, so the children could understand the benefits of friendship, peace and well-being from the very young age.
Манай улс 1991 оноос олон улсын аялал жуулчлалд идэвхтэй гишүүнээр бүртгэгдсэн иймд түүнд хандуулах төрийн бодлого дэмжлэг өссөн Монголыг сонирхох гадаадын жуулчдын тоо ихсэж визний асуудлыг бол хэлбэрчилж өгсөн байдаг.
So state puts high priority in developing and empowering the youth. Thus, government supports and encourages the foreign investment by creating legal frameworks and enabling investment for infrastructure projects.
Бид энх тайвныг хамтын ажиллагааны хөгжил, амжилт, ажил үйлсээр хамгаалж нэгэн дээвэр дор хуран чуулд сэтгэл санаагаа нэгтгэх нь урагшаа нэгэн зүгт алхаж байна гэж ойлгож байна.
So we understand we are working together to achieve global peace and partnership.
Энэ төсөл маань ирээдүйтэй тогтвортой, эрсдэл бага ашигтай бизнес юм. Энд та бүхнийг надтай хамтран ажиллана гэдэгт итгэлтэй байна.
So this project is sustainable, low risk and profitable and high return on investment and looking forward to collaborate with you.
Ноён доктор Moon хадагтай Жүнсөх Moon танд энэ формыг зохион байгуулж энэ олон орны хүмүүсийг нэгэн дээвэрдөө цуглуулж байгаад монголчуудын өмнөөс их баярлаж байгаагаа илэрхийлье.
So on behalf of Mongolian delegation, I'm very grateful to Mr. and Mrs. Moon for organizing this international conference and bringing together all the different countries.
Иймэрхүү одоо конвеншнийг маш их олныг зохиож байгаараа гэж хүсье. Ингээд та бүдээд эрүүл энх сайн бохныг хүсэн өрөөё. Асуух зүйл байвал би хариулахд бэлэн байна.
And thank you very much again. And so we hope that in our future collaboration, and if you have any questions, please ask.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a wonderful presentations. Give big applause again. Yeah, Miss Singer already give us the opportunity. Yeah, opportunity. So the businessmen here can use the opportunity in the investments. I think this is the real opportunity. Low risk, high return. Imagine low risk, high return. Yeah, and she already success in convincing the people of Mongolia. This is the Mr. Neil mentioned about the how to convince, and she already showed to us how to convince other people, and want to convince you all also. Low risk, high return. Hopefully, after this meeting, there's a businessman like Mr. Neil will talk further with the neighbor to find the opportunity to invest in Mongolia. Last but not least, we have the distinguished speaker, Honorable Gabriel Oyibode. He is from Nigeria, a real estate consultant and businessman by professions and passionate philanthropist. Honorable Gabriel thrives on the principle of hard work and leadership by example. Leadership by example. This is a very important word. His public sector responsibilities include youth integrations and empowerment and human capacity development. Honorable Gabriel commits all of his private and public efforts for promoting peace in his dear country of Nigeria. Time is yours.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all. I bring greetings from Nigeria. I welcome you all to this wonderful session. The first speaker has actually dealt extensively with the meaning of entrepreneurship. Yeah, and I want to believe that every one of us seated here, if we begin to ask you what is entrepreneurship, you will all give us your different meaning and perspective and definitions to the word entrepreneurship. You all agree with me that the first entrepreneur we all come to know in this world today is God himself. The creator of heaven and earth is the first entrepreneur. Whether you like it or not, he is the first entrepreneur I want to observe here. Definition is mine. I say that because he created the heaven and the earth, and he made man in his own image, and he put man on earth to till the garden. Is it not so? And man started his business by tilling the earth. He said we should dominate the earth. Is it not so? Dominate the earth. Replenish the earth. And that's the first assignment which God gave to man. And from the wisdom of God, which is unending, man began to tap into the knowledge of God, and the issue of entrepreneurship came up. So here today, I have a very extensive definition of the word entrepreneurship. But first, I want us to look at the course content, which I have developed here. One, the background of the study of the word called entrepreneurship. And then two, the history of entrepreneurship. Three, etymology and historical usage of the word entrepreneurship. And then, of course, the subject matter. What is an entrepreneur? Or who is an entrepreneur? And then the various types of entrepreneur. Further to that, the influences on entrepreneurial behavior. My first speaker mentioned Shunta on entrepreneurship, Knight and Drucker. The individual's opportunities nexus, the psychological makeup of the entrepreneur, the innate ability versus public perception of what entrepreneur is. Then the tips for entrepreneurs. What about the sources of funds for the entrepreneur? The financial bootstrapping, external financing, etc., etc. Now, I want us to look at the word entrepreneur in my own understanding. As an entrepreneur, you want to take some kind of risk, some level of risk. But before you take this risk, you want to be a kind of creative. You ask yourself, what can I offer to myself? What can I offer to society? What can I offer to my people? How can I be relevant to my people? These are the various thinking of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur must be a dedicated person. He must be a focused person. He must be ready to take risk. And he must also be ready to make sacrifice. He must be passionate in the line of business that is about to go into. My first speaker identified before us here today that yes, the government cannot do all. That is true. The government cannot do all. And that is why the emergence of entrepreneurs today. What is the term entrepreneurship? I have so many definitions, but I'm going to take a few here. Entrepreneurship is the willingness to take risk and develop, organize, manage a business venture in a competitive global marketplace that is constantly evolving. The world is a stable place today, but new things are coming up every day. New ideas, new technology, new innovations are coming up every day. This is as a result of people who sit down, men and women of resource character. They come together, sit down, and begin to think, what can I offer my people? What can I offer the world? Entrepreneurs are pioneers. They are leaders and innovators and inventors. They create ideas, new ideas, innovate, and create good initiative in order to do what? To improve society. This is the unique profit-driven productive ideas and pragmatic efforts which make the combination of scarce resources possible under private ownership. When we talk about entrepreneurship, we want to be our own boss. We want to leave the government aside. We want to be our own boss. We want to lead. We want to create wealth. We want to empower people. We want to create jobs. We want to create goods and services to meet the needs of the people. This and many more, the entrepreneur put together in order to form his own business. Standing before you today, I want to say I'm particularly challenged entering into Malaysia for the first time. From the airport, I saw palm trees growing left and right over 20, 30, 40 kilometers. That was great. That's wonderful. When I was growing up as a young man, I know I was told that Malaysian people visited my country to make research about this palm kernel, this palm fruit. And today, I think they are one of the world or the world largest producer of palm oil. One of the largest. That is great. That's wonderful. This is palm kernel fruit that was got from our own country. I want to say that Nigeria has wonderful opportunities. We still have wonderful opportunities for businessmen and women to come in to tap into. The agricultural sector is actually suffering because of the emergence of oil in my country. Everybody have dropped agriculture. But today, looking into this country again, I saw palm trees growing on top of skyscrapers. Isn't that wonderful? I want to challenge my people from Nigeria that the legacies that we are learning here today, the culture we are learning here today, the values that we are learning here today, we can make it work back home in Nigeria. I'm not here to rubbish the image of my country, but I'm trying to say that we cannot all the time begin to look at the government. I know the government must create an enabling environment for the entrepreneur to thrive. The government needs to put enabling laws that will help the entrepreneurs to flourish in any country. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that to be a successful entrepreneur, you must be very focused. You must be very dedicated. You must be very committed to that which you are doing. Standing before you is a businessman. My principal partner in my company is here with me today in this place, is listening. I want to give all thanks to the organizers of this program that has enabled people, intellectuals, great men and women of substance from different parts of the world to gather here today to interface, to discuss on the issue of entrepreneurship, and how it could provide jobs, create wealth, and reduce poverty in the world all over, not only in this country, not only in my country, but in the world over. It's a wonderful opportunity standing here before you to talk on this subject matter. I want to say that Nigeria is a robust economy where men and women, businessmen, all over can come and invest in. Just like one of our speakers yesterday, one of our foremost leaders in Nigeria spoke, don't look at what you see in CNN every day. No. You know, the media, they can overblow issues. They see an issue today, they paint it the other way around. It is not very correct. We are all from Nigeria. They could say there is war, there is militancy in Nigeria, yes, but a section of it, not all places. And what is the cause? Maybe aggrieved parties fighting for a particular purpose. Of course, it happens everywhere, all over the world. So I want to say Nigeria is a very safe country, a good place where you can come in to invest more. Probably the Malaysian government today, you will come back again to teach us your technological know-how on how to develop our agricultural sector. I am particularly passionate about this. And on behalf of myself, my company, and my government, I am saying to the Malaysian people to come back to Nigeria again. We have vast land, and economic resources. So you come and give us those ideas to develop our agricultural sector. Beyond that, we have the oil and gas. I don't know if the oil and gas that you have here is sufficient enough for you, but I think you can key into our oil and gas sector, and you will not be disappointed that you have taken that kind of decision. Again, I want to talk about few resource persons who are entrepreneurs, businessmen, who have taken this giant stride, who dedicated themselves into some form of business or the other, and who have been successful over the years. The evidence of positive correlation between entrepreneurship and reduced poverty. We're talking about sustainable development, reduction of poverty and sustainable development. Yes, if these gentlemen were not focused, if they were not ready to take risk, if they were not ready to invest, I don't think today they would have been known in the world as giants of industries. For example, Stephen Gerrard in 1750 to 1831 is one of the largest investors in the First Bank of the USA, who loaned the US Treasury about $8 million to finance the war of 1812. What is he into? It's into shipping. That's an entrepreneur. And by so doing, he has empowered a lot of people, he has created wealth, he has engaged a lot of people in his own company. Number two, John Jacob Astor, 1763 to 1848. A German-born businessman and immigrant who began as an ordinary fur trader, buying and selling. From buying and selling today, he has metamorphosed into one of the giants in the real estate game. What about John D. Rockefeller, the famous philanthropist that you all know, 1839 to 1937, a billionaire who created America's most powerful monopoly, the Standard Oil Company. You will agree with me that Scripture, I am an evangelist by creation. I was born an evangelist, so I can talk. I know the time is so short trying to compress. I'm just rushing. So please bear with me. You will agree with me that Rockefeller Foundation today, he did not start a billionaire. He started from somewhere. And my Bible makes me to understand that we should not despise the days of little beginning, that in due season we shall reap a bountiful harvest. And today, to his credit, we are speaking. What about Bill Gates? 1955, dropped out of Harvard and launched a Microsoft Corporation. All these are entrepreneurs, businessmen who came out, they stand out, created ideas, and put the ideas into work. And today, everyone, is enjoying the Microsoft business. It's into computer softwares. Of course, I believe more than half of us here are using one computer appliances or the other right now. Then back home in Nigeria, that's Africa, Aliko Dangote was a common trader. It was a common trader. It will amaze you to know that Aliko Dangote was a kola nut trader in Nigeria. Kola nut. I don't know if you know kola nut. An ordinary kola nut trader, because it was consistent. because he was dedicated, because he was passionate about the business that he was doing. He was never ready to fail. He was ready to make it. You see, one watchword as an entrepreneur is, I can make it. So you can make it if you think you can make it. We all can make it if we think we can make it. Together we can make it. So as businessmen and women from different parts of the world today, I know Global Peace Foundation has brought us here to exchange ideas. What can I do for you? What can you do for me? What ideas do you have to share with me? Business ideas that will help me and help my country when I go back. So it's a wonderful one. So again, Michael Ibru, 1931, is a businessman in Nigeria, back home in Nigeria as well. A businessman who owns one of the largest conglomerates in Nigeria. And from fishing into importation and into banking. You see, it started from somewhere. It started from somewhere, and persistently, you begin to grow. You begin to grow. So, as a businessman, or for somebody who is contemplating to go into business, I know many of us today are afraid of taking risk. You have some little savings, you don't know what to do with it. Some people think the bank is the best place to keep your money. It's not true. So for a businessman, for an entrepreneur, you must be ready to do what? To take risk. After articulating the kind of business that you want to go into, first you look at the society. What does my society really want? What does my people want? You put all these factors together, and then you create. You create. Out of creation, you recreate. And by so doing, you'll be creating wealth for yourself and for your society. Ladies and gentlemen, we have so many discourse about entrepreneurship. If we begin to talk about all this today, we will not live here. I believe many of us know what entrepreneurship is all about. So it is not too necessary for us to begin to dwell on the word entrepreneurship, but exchange of ideas, business ideas that will help us grow our various economies when we get back home. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to use this golden opportunity to welcome you all to Malaysia, and then to thank the organizations of Global Peace Foundation, who has given us this opportunity to interface, for us to know ourselves, know our various pains, share our ideas together for the purpose of unity and diversity. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you again, Honorable Gabriel. So now we have the collections of the wisdoms. You still remember, Niels introduced three values: patience, persistence, innovative. From Honorable Gabriel, he introduced focus, dedicated, commitment. And as businessmen, we should a risk seeker. Of course, calculated risk. And after we create something, we can make it. I can make it. And the opportunity for us also to go to Nigeria to invest. He already recommended us to invest in agriculture business. I think this is opportunity also. We still have around 15 minutes for question and answers. So I will give the opportunity, let's say 3 questions, short questions from the floor. Please, anybody want to ask questions from the floor? I record first, Yechings, from this side. Okay, we give the opportunity to Yechings, Victor Lee, to us. Is
Thank you very much. I just say, I would like to just hear some Mr. on your personal experience of entrepreneurship.
You know, we are doing coffee shop business. As young as at the age of school days, maybe 10 years old, I already helping family business. You know, the coffee shop, you have to do a lot of things. And from there, I told myself that since I'm from a family business, I want to know more about business. So when I went to university, I told myself I must learn business. So when I went to business, and the first thing we do is learn some accounting, and then do some, from accounting, when I was an auditor, I think every one of us have a potential to create value. At whatever age, whatever time, you have the ability to create value. So I told myself, while I was doing auditing in auditing companies, in fact, this owner, this Shangri-La Hotel, is one of my clients, Robert Koch. I have the privilege to audit many of his companies. He's the richest man in Malaysia. So because of love for business, went in, and in the night I sell insurance. I become a salesman. In the day I'm auditors, and at night I become a salesman. I sell insurance in the night and the weekends because I told myself I need to do something, learn more about business. So when I do accounts, I learn about business sales. So I went on and I became an accountant. I work. It came a time where when I was a general manager looking after a company, accounts, my boss suddenly told me, because we have problems, collections. You know, when you do service security, I was looking at the 500 guards, branches, all kinds of security in this country. You have got collection problems, and I told myself again, I must practice my business. So from accounting, I went out to do collections, because no point sitting in the office where you cannot collect money for your business. So I began to practice my marketing again, and later on my boss said, "You are damn good in marketing, why?" And that inspired me that business without marketing, you are not there. So when you do marketing, and I again, but of course that time I've stopped selling insurance because as a GM you cannot do anything. But I tell myself I'll become a business, I'll go into business. So I came out, I finished my MBA, I was GM, I doing corporate work for people, and I decided that I should come out and do some kind of business. So I started off with building safe from UK. I was given the agency to build safe for the whole Asia. So I built underfloor safe. And because of that business, it brought me to China. I was in China many years ago. I built product in China. And the people who build product for me are Israelis, Jordans, all kinds of people doing prototype. And it was very fun. When it was really fun. Actually, business is fun. Whenever I have a sample, I come back and see people. Somehow people will just believe me. Okay, build for me. I bring one container from China, and I keep bringing in. It was fun. Business is really fun. Very fun because you get to travel. You go to Los Angeles for consumer electronics show. You go to New York for security show. You go everywhere. You meet people. And the point is, when you are committed in business, you are doing something for society. You are you are solving a problem for society. I was doing security. There was a lot of problem with security. I was doing security. There's a lot of things. You are always doing for something for somebody. That's the passion. And that kept me driving. And finally, I told myself I have accounting and marketing. My master is in strategy marketing, University of Hull. I told myself, why not I stop my business for a while, and then I go and do the real research of entrepreneurship to teach people what is really entrepreneurship. So after 3 years, I managed to finish my PhD. I'm doing research for the government, and now I'd like to join you guys to do the entrepreneurship. The purpose is to add value to mankind. I think that's entrepreneurship. The money part will come by itself. Just do things for society, the money will come by. So don't worry about the money. Because Adam Smith says that society and business are interdependent. Business depends on people, people depend on business. You cannot dissociate. So I have the opportunity here. James will be very helpful. Those of you who are keen to be involved in any kind of entrepreneurship, whether business or research or teaching, please, my colleague is kind enough to bring some. I thought this is a good platform for me to give some information about my university. We are one of the top university doing entrepreneurship research and study. Please, if you are interested in entrepreneurship at master level, or DBA level, or PhD level, come forward. My focus now is to solve social economic problems worldwide. And I'm given the honor to be in Zambia 2 weeks ago, for 2 weeks, exploring all the what we call all the entrepreneur opportunity in Zambia. And we have selected, my passion is to select the 5 top industry in the country and do it. So, Victor, to answer your question, entrepreneurship is a hobby to me, it's a passion, it's never ending. And I will never retire from entrepreneurship.
Wow.
I'll work until the last day of my life.
Wow.
This I learned from Suji in Hualien in Taiwan. It's a big Buddhist organization. They help a lot of people. I was going for one event, big event. So when I passed by, I saw a lot of old people, very old people who can't even stand up, doing planting. They are cultivating fruits. So I asked, why are they doing that? They are almost like going to join our Lord. The lesson I learned, every one of us in this world has to do something for somebody. Irrespective of how old are you, how difficult are you, whatever. As long as we are able to wake up every day, we got to do something for society. And I feel the best platform to do this is to enrich ourselves, make sure we are okay, we are strong, we are able to serve the society, and do it every day of your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So living for the sake of others is very important. Living for the sake of others. Yes, gentlemen. You can use mic. James,
Can you stand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hold your breath.
In a very competitive market economy.
Sir,
Hello, can you hear me?
your name?
My name is Ferdinand. I'm from Nigeria.
Yes.
We have a lot of uneducated people in most of the developing countries like Nigeria. Some of them do not have the basic education to go into entrepreneurship. How would they be encouraged to get into this venture where they have to compete with highly sophisticated dynamics of marketing today?
Is your question?
That's my question.
Yeah, okay. I will ask the panelists. Any panelists want to you try to answer?
I hope my question is clear.
Your question is clear. How to compete among the scholars that are uneducated people in Nigeria, for example? I mean, several.
Education is very important and critical, of course, but education is not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship actually can come from anybody, and in many ways education restricts creativity, innovation, and restricts entrepreneurship. So education is very important. But if you look at some of these list of entrepreneurs that we saw, you'll see some of them have dropped out of university to pursue their passions and to build, to build their own dreams. So I think in our family, our forefathers, no education, could not speak a word of English, could barely write even a few words. But yet I would say they were vastly superior entrepreneurs than we could ever be coming from big universities. So to me, entrepreneurship certainly can be taught and can assist and support. The education system can assist and support, but finally, it's a passion within. It's what people themselves want to achieve and want to do.
It's clear. Do you want to add?
Yeah, short one. Sorry, because I got so much to share with you. I can't leave this room and not do justice to this. Because John Dixon told me, how do I going to do this entrepreneurship thing? Now, how many of you here play cricket? Can I see? Now, those of you who did not play cricket, why?
You don't know.
You don't know because there's one word, there's no ecosystem. Nobody in your community, your place that play cricket, therefore you don't know how to play cricket. You didn't play cricket, you didn't take up cricket. That comes to a point when I told Mr. John Dixon, I can teach people to become entrepreneurs because you need an ecosystem. So I want to give me 5 minutes because this is extremely difficult because I spent the whole week doing this. And I must show you because if I don't show you, I did not do my job for John Dixon. Now, if you want to play cricket, you need somebody to have the pitch, somebody bring the bat, somebody do the ball, somebody teach this, teach that, everything, then you can enjoy a good game of cricket. In entrepreneurship, it is the same, whether you are educated or you are not educated. Zero education or PhD education, same platform. So you need to have an ecosystem. In the ecosystem, I've highlighted, you need everybody. Because you need the government, you need the people, you need people. All kind of people that can support you, which is the ecosystem. So I want to share with you this. You never see this in your life. Somebody is doing it because this is from Global Peace Convention. I'm doing this because I think I must do this for the world. Because we call ourselves an entrepreneur community must be a place for you to enrich your life first. You need to enrich your life first for your family, community, and country. This is the message all entrepreneurs in this world through Global Peace Foundation should be preaching this thing. Because it is not an easy job, I can tell you. You can never see this slide anywhere in the world. Not even in Harvard, not even in Stanford.
Wow. Really?
You will never see this. I'm going to go very quickly. At the end of this, you will want to take my slide.
Wow.
Okay? Yes. All right. This is an initiative. I was the head of this one. It's supposed to create world-class entrepreneurs. Remember, world-class entrepreneurs need not be big. In the world of globalization, you can be selling one small item, but it's world-class because you can sell the whole world. Whoa. Entrepreneurs must have this mindset. Don't think you have to be big to be world-class. Please, small is beautiful. So we have this. You never see this slide, okay? Because this is a research done by somebody who don't want to be known, but I have this. We got this motivation from the richest village in China. It is only a small village with 30 villages of Huasi in Jiangsu province, but they are able to produce annual income of US 1.5 billion.
Village?
Yes, it's only a village. 30,000 people, I'm sure you come from a bigger village. What they have, besides farming, they own a steel plant, horticulture company, a clothing plant, etc. And total revenue is 7.5 billion. 30,000 people producing 7.5 billion. This is sustainable development, poverty reduction. And because of this, the village allows free health services, education up to PhD, free housing, free retirement benefit, everything is there for the village.
Up to PhD?
Yes.
Wow.
Now, if this village can do this thing, the whole world, the Global Peace Foundation we are sitting, we have a reason to be here. But then we are inspired by a smaller village, Nanji village, with only 3,004 people, poor village, but this villager together can have 29 companies producing food, ink, pharmaceutical, handicraft, plastic, printing, farming, and everything. And because of that, they also enjoy the same thing, education, healthcare, housing, everything free. This is called sustainable development, poverty reduction. We got to learn from these two villages, and that's the reason why you should see this slide. You never see this, okay? So what do we do then? In our ACE community, using this, we now in ACE focus on high income economy for the country, the economic transformation by focusing on 12 key national areas. My interest, my love, is to go to every country in this world, especially the developing country, choose the 5 industries that you want to do. I have the solution for you. Social economic development using social entrepreneurship. It is again entrepreneurship that can solve the problem of sustainable development and poverty reduction. So for us, in our small village of Puchong, some of you have been there, we only focus on tourism, ICT, education, wholesale, retail business. We only do simple things. 5 is good enough to move the country. That is entrepreneurship. You must always remember, the government cannot do everything. They can only facilitate. The entrepreneurs must step forward. They are the people who create value. They must come back. So let me go on. Okay, I get this inspiration from the government. Our government trying to go into the high-income economy with 2 pillars only. Only 2 pillars. One pillar is government transformation program. The government makes sure everything is in order. Another pillar is economic transformation program. This is government, this is private. Fair?
Yes.
Private must be the entrepreneurs. And the entrepreneurs must be people who bring values, social value, sustainable development, and poverty reduction. If you put this in the right perspective, no country can go wrong. And I hope Global Peace Foundation Business Council will take this as a platform.
We make you the business council. What about that?
Okay, now, in the social development economy in Malaysia, we are looking at 3 things to have a quality of life. At the end of the day, it's quality life. To get quality life, you must have high income, right?
Yes.
You must have inclusive. Everybody must be in. Whether they're educated or non-educated, you must be in. Sustainability, you need to be sustainable. Sustainable development means giving life to the next generation. Have you ever thought, I asked one question to Chandra, what happens if the world runs out of fuel? Have anyone ever thought of that? You can't be flying here from New York. You have to take boat. Yeah, you have never thought of it. But this thing can happen. That is why you need sustainable development. Development for the future. Our future generation must live, because we are taking away their petrol, their fuel. We never thought that they need the fuel also, our grandchildren. All right? So then the government, of course, this is what the government has to do, but I want to quickly show you, these are all the 12 key areas that our country is doing. But what I want to show you is, importantly, is the activities that we are doing. Just like I told you, you play cricket. Here, I'm trying to get all my youths to be in business. In my university, no student is free. You organize any activity, sorry, I have business, I got work. I cannot get my students for activity. They are like businessmen. You know, sometimes you attend a gathering, I have to do it at night. University program doing it at 8 o'clock at night, because in the evening, they're all in business. My students are all business people.
Really?
Yes, I have a Nigerian who just told me, sir, I'm importing seaweed from Sabah to China. Nigerian student. He's telling me, sir, I'm exporting seaweed from Sabah, that's another part of Malaysia, to China. And when I was in Zambia, he was in Johannesburg, he wanted to come and see me in Lusaka. We couldn't meet. But the point is, with all these activities, you will notice, I'm going to go very quick. This slide's very quick. I'll just go very quickly. Okay? All right? These are some of the activities that we are doing, okay? I'm going to go very fast. Sports, mobile, even franchising, entrepreneurial opportunities in Puchong, thinking out of the box, football, even football in Asia we promote. ICT, hospitality, tourism, franchising again, logistic, and other activities. We even, with USA Kaufman Foundation, we even do workshop for the students. Okay, we bring them to IBM Innovation Center. So happen China and Nigeria share the same National Day, Independent Day.